Hey guys, so with the way everybody's talking right now, it would seem like Crash Bandicoot just got 100% confirmed for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. But sadly, that's not the case. So why is everyone talking about Crash right now and Super Smash Bros.? Well, we just had something else announced for Crash Bandicoot, which seems to have a lot of people very hopeful for his chances of actually getting into Super Smash Bros. Okay, so in my last video towards the end, I talked about a tweet from Canadian Guy A. They posted an emoji with a zipped lip, as in they wanted to say something but couldn't. Our Crash Bandicoot took notice of this and tweeted that Canadian Guy might be teasing something. This was explained by Straw Hattery in my Discord. They said, he's one of the guys that gets influencer teases from Activision, like the egg hinting at Spyro, the dice hinting at Crash Team Racing, and the puzzle hinting at Crash 4. He zip emoted when he got the Crash 4 puzzle, and when Crash 4 leaked via merchandise. So Canadian Guy has a history of doing this emoji before we get Crash news. And now this has happened once again. Yesterday it was announced Crash Bandicoot 4, It's About Time, would be coming to the Nintendo Switch. Nintendo of America tweeted, gear up for a wild platforming adventure with Crash, Coco, and friends in at Crash Bandicoot 4, It's About Time. Coming to hashtag Nintendo Switch on March 12th. Hashtag Crash 4. And at Crash Bandicoot tweeted, Crash has made you spin, jump, and whump for 25 years, and this year he's celebrating N style. Hashtag Crash 4 will launch on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X/S, and Nintendo Switch on March 12th, 2021, coming to PC via Battle.net later this year. So not only is Crash 4 coming to the Nintendo Switch, it's also coming out for PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC later on. The Switch version is retailing for $39.99 and available March 12th, and we'll talk a bit more about that March 12th date in a little while. So while this is of course very exciting news for Crash fans, there is something kind of disappointing here worth pointing out, which is that this was once again a Switch game announcement done on Twitter. We haven't gotten a proper Nintendo Direct in a very long time, and Crash 4 seems like the perfect game to announce in a Direct, but sadly we seem to be continuing to announce stuff with shadow drop tweets from Nintendo. Anyway, regardless of what this means for how long we may have to still wait for a proper Nintendo Direct, it's still exciting stuff to get Crash 4 on the Switch. And we aren't completely blindsided here by this game coming to Switch. Many months ago, the Crash 4 website had a piece of information in the website's code which listed the Nintendo Switch. So many of us took that as a leak from the website itself that Crash 4 would be coming to Switch eventually. So this has sort of just been a waiting game. Even still, very exciting to have it officially announced. Over on Twitter, Kano wrote, the Crash 4 Switch conversion is interesting. Rather than downporting the game by decreasing the resolution and having a blurry/soft look like many ports, they've reworked the models and assets to have something more cel-shaded, keeping the res high but getting a different look. And then there's an image comparison where we can clearly see this. Very cool the game isn't just a downgrade and actually has had some reworking done for the Switch version. That shows there's a lot of care being done here to make sure the Switch version is simply that, a Nintendo Switch version of Crash 4, and not some lesser version of the game on a different console. I really appreciate that and wish more games ported to Switch had that level of attention given to them. And after announcing all this Crash 4 stuff, Activision even went on to say more about the Crash series. Over on Twitter, Wario64 wrote, worth noting that more info on the PC version of Crash 4 will come at a later date, along with other fun happenings in celebration of the franchise's 25th anniversary. And here's the caption they're talking about from Activision. Crash Bandicoot 4, It's About Time will be available for PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X/S for $59.99. Pre-orders for Nintendo Switch, $39.99, are available in select territories starting today, via the Nintendo eShop. The game will also be coming to PC via Battle.net, with pre-orders available now, $39.99. Fans can expect more information on the PC edition at a later date, along with other fun happenings in celebration of the franchise's 25th anniversary. Canadian Guy chimed in about this after this announcement and added some more Activision quotes. They said multiple times in the press release, Activision to celebrate an unforgettable 25th anniversary all year long. Fans should also be on the lookout for tons of fantastic festivities from Activision Blizzard Inc. aimed to engage Crash Bandicoot fans throughout the year. Fans can expect more information on the PC edition at a later date, along with other fun happenings in celebration of the franchise's 25th anniversary. And again, those are quotes. So it seems not only will Crash 4 be coming to all these different platforms, but there will be more fun happenings for Crash this year to celebrate that 25th anniversary. Which of course leads us to ask, what other fun happenings could they be talking about? And that leads to the big question, could Crash Bandicoot be coming to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate and be one of these fun happenings for this 25th anniversary celebration? Obviously, Crash is a highly talked about and requested Smash character, and it just makes sense given what Smash is, a game where video game characters and rivals get to battle and duke it out. If you were around in the late 90s, the big three gaming companies were Nintendo, Sega, and PlayStation, and they each had their mascots at the time, Mario, Sonic, and Crash Bandicoot. Crash is no longer Sony-owned, but the rivalry with Mario and Sonic still rings true for a lot of us older gamers. And just like how epic it was to see Mario and Sonic finally battle in Smash, adding Crash to the mix would make things legendary. If Smash Ultimate wants to be truly ultimate, Crash seems like a key piece to solidifying that title. Okay, so we have Crash 4 confirmed for Switch, and we have Activision saying that more fun happenings for the Crash series 25th anniversary will be coming this year. But there's something else about all this that's causing people to take this announcement as a very good indication for Crash's chances of being in Super Smash Bros. And part of this Fighter's Pass, and that involves Amiibo Theory. So Amiibo Theory has been an excellent indicator of when characters will be revealed for Smash. Basically, the theory is that within a few weeks, either before or after the release date for a wave of Smash Amiibos, there's generally a character released. This has been one of the most accurate and consistent theories we've had for Smash Ultimate, and our next batch of Smash Amiibos is releasing March 26th. Crash 4's release date is March 12th, so the same month and close enough to the release date for the Amiibos to be consistent with Amiibo Theory. Now, some people out there might think that Crash 4 happening on March 12th sounds a little too early to fit with Amiibo Theory, as the Amiibo are releasing March 26th. But if we take a look at APC Cypher's Amiibo Theory posts, we can see Banjo was released 16 days before that Amiibo wave. So a 14-day difference between Crash 4's release and the release of the next batch of Amiibos is consistent with the time frame for Amiibo Theory. And of course, this theory doesn't mean Crash would be announced for Smash on the release date for Crash 4 for Switch anyway. So a Mr. Sakurai Presents video could happen at some point in between the 12th and the 26th or something, and totally fit Amiibo Theory here. The main point being that Crash has relevancy with Nintendo during the month of March, and we already expected the next reveal to happen around March because of Amiibo Theory. So this could be very good timing to reveal Crash. Now, I know a lot of people will say that game releases for Switch haven't really lined up with character reveals, and that's true. But actually, the last two characters we've had revealed did have something relevant going for them, coinciding with their Smash announcement. Steve was revealed on October 1st, a few days before Minecon, and Sakurai's presentation for Steve was basically the lead-in to Minecon on October 3rd. Sephiroth was revealed at the Game Awards, and the Final Fantasy VII Remake was up for Game of the Year and several other awards. Actually, the Mr. Sakurai Presents video for Sephiroth was on December 17th, and the anniversary of the entire Final Fantasy series is December 18th. And I think with time zones, Japan had the presentation actually on the anniversary. So characters having something relevant outside of Smash happening for their game series has actually been lining up with character reveals lately. Crash 4 coming to Switch isn't even the only thing happening for Crash in March. The Crash mobile game, Crash on the Run, launches March 25th, only a day before the Amiibo wave happening on the 26th. So it suddenly looks like Crash will be getting a lot of attention in March, and March was already our best guess for when the next character reveal would happen. So fans are hopeful Crash could be revealed as Challenger Pack 9 in March. And of course, Crash Bandicoot has other good things going for him besides just Crash 4 It's About Time releasing for Switch in the month of March. There's that rumored Crash 5-year plan document thing that supposedly had Crash coming to Smash on it. Now, while the 5-year plan document does seem to have existed, the specifics of what was actually on there aren't clear. So the Crash coming to Smash part is just a rumor. Keep that in mind. Even still, there's more good stuff going for Crash. Nintendo seems to have a very good relationship with the Crash series lately. Not only are several other Crash games besides Crash 4 available on Nintendo Switch already, but Nintendo also had the Crash series highlighted in their recent Adventures with Familiar Faces video, which featured mostly Nintendo All-Stars like Mario, Link, Donkey Kong, and Yoshi. Having Crash Bandicoot included in that video shows that Nintendo sees him standing among these other Nintendo All-Stars. And of course, on the more conspiratorial side of things, we have that tweet from Sakurai with the image of the two clocks that match up perfectly with the clocks of Entropy in Crash 4. A possible hint, simply a reference, or just a coincidence. Who knows for certain? Hopefully, time will tell though. Now, if a March character reveal does happen, and we end up not getting Crash revealed as Challenger Pack 9, and instead we get someone else, I don't think this would count Crash out of Smash entirely. Keep in mind, we've already had good timing for Crash to be revealed before, and not gotten him. Crash 4 was first releasing back on October 2nd, and we had a Smash reveal on October 1st, which ended up being for Steve, who again had Minecon happening on the 3rd, so Steve also had good timing on their side, but still that would have been a good time to reveal Crash, and it didn't happen. Also, the Game Awards felt like a potentially good time to reveal someone like Crash, but that didn't happen either. And as far as a March character reveal goes, there's plenty of other strong character choices that could end up being Challenger Pack 9 instead, many of which have relevant stuff happening for them to coincide with a March Smash Fighter reveal. So Crash is by no means our lone candidate here. And Crash is certainly a big enough character reveal to have saved for something like E3. So if Crash doesn't happen next, I still think he has a pretty good shot for Smash. That said though, since I think Crash is one of the few missing characters that would truly make Smash Ultimate feel complete, I hope we get him revealed sooner rather than later. If Crash is coming to Smash at all, of course. Okay, so a few other things. Our latest Smash event is claw-themed, so it will feature characters with sharp claws. Also, some people pointed out to me that Scott Cawthon often trolls the Five Nights at Freddy's fan base, so their comments about no collabs, including Fortnite and Fall Guys, should probably be taken with a grain of salt. Potential collabs could happen for Freddy if Scott is trolling here. Matters if you take their word at face value or not, but there's a history of purposely misleading the fans, I guess. I don't really follow Five Nights at Freddy's all that closely myself, but that's what I've been told, so I guess take this one with a grain of salt. Also, Kelios noticed a new registered Australian trademark for the Phantom Hourglass. So maybe that Zelda game is going to get a Switch remaster or something. It wasn't my favorite game in the Zelda series by any means, but that was mostly because of the DS touchscreen controls, I feel like. I know some people have problems with that one dungeon you have to keep revisiting, but I thought the controls were the real issue. So a remaster might be really cool on the Switch, in my opinion. Also, Nintendo announced more games for the Switch Online this February. For Super NES, we have Doomsday Warrior, Psycho Dream, and Prehistoric Man. And for the NES, Fire and Ice. The Japanese Switch Online got this. Their lineup is Solomon's Key 2 for Famicom, Psycho Dream, Shin Megami Tensei 2, Mario's Super Picross, all for Super Famicom. I feel like Japan got the better lineup here, but hey, there you go. And finally, McDonald's has Pokemon cards in their Happy Meals for Pokemon's 25th anniversary. Supposedly 25 non-holo and 25 holo cards to collect for a total of 50 cards. They all consist of the starters and then Pikachu, if you count Pikachu as a starter from Yellow, I guess. So it's all starters. I read that a lot of greedy adults are supposedly ruining this for kids though, as these are supposed to be Happy Meals. And that's kind of sad. I mean, come on guys, we can do much better than this. We can get all the cards if we try hard enough. These kids don't know what it's like to catch them all. Let's show them what Pokemon's all about. Alright guys, well if you guys have any thoughts or comments about any of the stuff I talked about in this video, leave them below. So once again, thank you guys for all the subscribes, all the likes. Really helps out the channel. So if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and do so, or like the video, or leave a comment, whatever you want. Until next time, have a good one.